Have you ever felt like you're running a marathon only to realize you're running on the wrong track entirely? It's that sinking moment when you reach a goal that you've been chasing for years, and instead of triumph, you feel nothing, or worse, emptiness. Maybe you're climbing the corporate ladder, only to realize it's against the wrong wall. Perhaps you finally got the relationship, the house, the body, but something still feels off. If you've ever felt lost on the path to growth, and you're wondering if you're chasing empty goals, you're in the right place. Today's conversation will show you exactly how to identify when you're on the wrong path, and more importantly, how to find the destination that actually leads to genuine fulfillment. But first, let's talk about the empty trophy allure. We have to start with a question that might sting just a little. When was the last time you achieved something that looked perfect to you, but it left you feeling hollow right here in your chest? Maybe it was the promotion you nearly depleted yourself to get, only to realize you don't like the actual work. Maybe it was buying the house in the right neighborhood, then feeling trapped by the mortgage. Or perhaps it was a relationship that checked all the boxes on paper but left you feeling utterly alone. I call that climbing the ladder to find it against the wrong wall. Here's your first exercise. Take a moment right now. Grab your phone or a piece of paper. Write down one specific accomplishment from the past year or two that felt hollow. Don't overthink it, just one example where the reality didn't match the expectation. Got it? Good. Now let's go deeper. Next to that accomplishment, write down one or two external expectations that push you toward it. Was it your parents' voice in your head saying you need stability? Was it keeping up with college friends who all have it figured out? Was it proving something to someone who doubted you? Be brutally honest with yourself. No one else needs to see this. Here's the kicker. Write down how long that feeling of accomplishment actually lasted before the void appeared. Was it a week? A day? A few hours? If you realize that satisfaction faded faster than you'd like to admit, you're not alone. You're definitely not broken. You're just chasing the wrong destination. So how do we know when we're on the wrong path? The signs are usually right there in front of our faces. We just got really good at ignoring them. Your body and mind are constantly sending you signals. Burnout that doesn't go away after a vacation, a creeping sense of apathy toward things that used to excite you, spending more time scrolling through other people's highlight reels than actually living your own life. So that brings us to the second exercise. Think back over the last month. Identify just one clear instance of burnout, apathy, or a comparison spiral. One moment where you thought, why am I even doing this? Or everyone else has it together except me. Write it down. Now here's where it gets interesting. Let's distinguish between what actually brings you joy versus what you do for external approval. So you're going to make two lists. In the first column, recent activities that brought you joy where time disappeared, where you felt energized rather than drained, where you didn't care who was watching. Column 2, recent activities you did for primarily external approval. The social media posts, the networking event you forced yourself to attend, the side project you started because everyone said you should. Now look at those lists. Really look at them. Which column is longer? Finally, the big question, the one that cuts through all the noise. If money and expectations weren't a factor, what would you pursue? Don't think, just write. First three things that come to your mind. No editing, no second guessing, no. But that's not practical. Just three things. 3 answers. This is your compass starting to point toward your true North Star. Let's unpack the wrong direction drivers. This is where we talk about how we get off track in the first place. Because understanding the why is crucial for breaking the pattern. First, social media. I want you to do something right now or right after this video. Spend just 10 minutes, set a timer, and scroll through your feed. But this time, do it consciously. Notice which success stories trigger that tightness in your chest. Which achievements make you think, I should have that by now? Write down what you notice. The specific types of success that make you feel inadequate. Is it career wins, relationships, travel, body transformations? Because here's the thing. Those triggers are showing you where you're measuring yourself against someone else's scoreboard. You can't win a game when you're playing by someone else's rules. Second, childhood programming. This one's uncomfortable but necessary. Think back to your childhood. What career or life choices did your parents or guardians strongly encourage? What did they warn you away from? What dreams did they have for you? Write down one or two, and then here's the hard part. How do those expectations impact the choices you're making right now, today, as an adult? Are you still trying to make them proud? Are you still trying to prove them wrong? Still avoiding the thing they said would never work out for you? I'm not asking you to blame them, but I am asking you to see where their map became your map, even though you're trying to navigate completely different terrain. Third, fear of the unknown. We stick with unfulfilling paths because at least they're familiar. The devil you know feels safer than the vast uncertainty of change. But here's your challenge. List one small, safe action you could take this week that deviates from the familiar routine. Not a life-altering decision, just something small that whispers of the path you're actually curious about. It could be taking a different route home. It could be saying no to something you usually force yourself to do. Maybe it's spending 30 minutes exploring that thing you've been pushing to the back of your mind. Small, safe, different. Before we move on to the solution, the actual blueprint for getting you back on track, I like to introduce myself properly. I'm Myss T, and this is Who's CTV. And here we are about self-improvement at any age, mindset shifts, freedom, and the real unglamorous work of becoming who you're actually meant to be. Not who you think you should be. If you're ready to level up at any age, whether you're 25 or 65, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Every week, I'm dropping videos that give you practical tools to break free from the empty goals and build a life that actually fulfills you. All right, let's get into the blueprint. You've done the hard work of recognizing you're on the wrong path. Now let's talk about getting you on the right one already. First, pause and reflect. I know, you're busy. Oh, so am I. But here's what I want you to do. Open your calendar right now. Find 15 minutes this week. Schedule it, label it me time or reflection or important meeting, whatever makes you actually protect it like it's sacred. During those 15 minutes, no phone, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. You can journal, you can sit quietly, you can go for a walk, but you're giving yourself permission to just be, to check in with yourself, the way you check in with a close friend. Second, identify your core values. This isn't fluffy self-help nonsense. This is the foundation of every decision you'll make from this point forward. Search for a core value worksheet online. There are dozens of free ones. Pick one that resonates, complete it honestly, then highlight your top 3. These 3 values, they're your filter. Every opportunity, every commitment, and every should that comes your way is measured against these values. If it doesn't align, you have permission to say no. Third, gently detach the misaligned goals. Notice I said gently. You don't have to blow up your entire life today, but here's what you can do. Identify one small, low-stakes commitment you can gracefully reduce or release this week. Maybe it's that committee you joined out of obligation. Maybe it's the gym routine you don't like but force yourself through. Maybe it's the group chat that drains your energy. One thing, reduce it or release it. This creates space, and space is where clarity lives. Space is where clarity lives. Here's a truth that no one tells you. Success on your own terms is going to look different from success on everyone else's terms. That's going to make some people very uncomfortable. So your first task in this section is to write a personal definition of success that is entirely your own. Not your parents' definition, not society's definition, not Instagram's definition. What does success actually mean to you? What does a fulfilling life look like when you're honest with yourself? Write it down, makes it real. Second, small intentional shifts compound over time. You don't need a dramatic transformation. You just need one 5-minute action today that aligns with your newly defined success. Just one. Maybe it's sending a message to someone you've been meaning to reconnect with. Maybe it's spending 5 minutes researching that interest you've been ignoring. Maybe it's decluttering one drawer in your kitchen to make your life simpler. 5 minutes, that's all you need for one action today. So let's quickly recap what you learned today. I hope it was good for you. First, you identified the empty trophy syndrome. Hollow achievements driven by external expectations rather than your true desires. Second, you found your true North Star by distinguishing between genuine joy and external approval. And you answered the critical question, what would you pursue if money and expectations did not matter? Third, you uncovered the 3 main drivers steering you wrong right now. Social media comparison, childhood programming, and the fear of the unknown. Fourth, you got the rerouting blueprint. Pause, reflect for 15 minutes this week. Identify your top 3 core values and gently release one misaligned commitment. And finally, you learned that success on your own terms requires redefining what success means to you and taking one small 5-minute action today. Here's just what you need to know. Once you choose that small one step from everything we've covered today, just that one small step, if you execute it immediately after this video ends and not wait until next Monday, and you don't wait until you have it all figured out, you don't wait till you feel ready because you chose that one step and you're taking it now. Because what you don't know is the path to genuine fulfillment isn't found in one giant leap. It's found in those thousands of small pivots toward that one actual step that matters. So you spend enough time lost on the path to growth, chasing empty goals. It's time for you to find yours. And if this resonated with you, do me a favor, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment below. What's the one wrong destination that you're finally ready to stop chasing? I read every comment, and your story may just inspire someone else who needs to hear a clear voice to finally change course. I thank you for watching. Now go take your first step. You got all of this, friend.